I have a right now to be negative and upset. Why? Because load shedding. Fuck. So for those of you that don't know, load shedding is the thing where it's intermittent power cuts where they cut off certain areas power-wise because their generating capacity is down because of long story. Anyway, last night was off from midnight to 4. This morning is out from 8, which is 10 minutes ago, until 12. This afternoon again for like 4 hours. I think total off time today is 11 and a half hours. That's kind of fucked. But it is what it is. I made sure my laptop's charged. I'm charged. It's plugged in. I was charging my power bank. My JBL speaker is charged. So I'm going to work from home now. And then I just have to jump on my phone to upload and to do things like that. The problem is that because of the power cut, the cell towers that carries the cell signals also go out. Your internet's compromised. It's damn, man. Anyway, so I have a right to be negative. I have a reason to be negative, but I'm not going to be. But, so this morning, just cleaned up a little bit working from home today, like I said. And I then indulged myself and I went onto Instagram and I scrolled. I don't scroll often. I don't consume that much, right? Kind of post and ghost and then just check in every once in a while. And I just went and I scrolled and I followed and I read random comments on other stuff. The level of negativity is insane. Holy shit. So there's this feed. One of my Turkish clients introduced me to it a while ago. It's a bunch of Uganda kids, and they've got rhythm and they can dance, and they've got this feed where there's different ones, but between 1 and 5 million followers, right? And these kids, it's a vibe, man. It's just a good feeling vibe. And then, so I clicked through on one of the comments on one of these things where they're doing some or other trend. And then the negative comments, fuck, you guys should be in school. This is pathetic that you're being exploited like this. You guys need to dress better. Why don't you wear better shoes? And I'm like, whoa, okay, this is a bit dark. Let's move on. So then I find a clip from The Office, the American version. I'm not going to go into which one is best, whatever. But the American version with Carell. And they say it's a bloopers reel or something. And they play this clip, and then you check, there's like 25,000 comments on this clip. It's comedy. It's supposed to be funny. And then there's all of this needs to be cancelled. This is pathetic. How dare they speak like this? Fuck, man, it's a little while ago. Did you hear that not so long ago, there's a couple of these woke people that wanted to cancel John Wayne? He's been dead for however long. Like, so you're getting upset about something that a dead guy said in the time that he lived in when you weren't even a glint in your father's eye, right? But you want to cancel him? Jeez. I had a coffee and I'm just scrolling and I'm like, holy shit, there is not a single thing that you can go and post where there's not some miserable fuck somewhere that's going to comment negatively. It's unbelievable how negative that the online world is, how negative the world is. And I get, like, I have a reason to be miserable today because of load shedding, but I can't. Just whatever, man, just roll with the punches. But the negativity is just insane. Like, you go into a feed like Nature is Metal. Now, if you're a wildlife photographer in the industry, Nature is Metal posts gruesome shit from nature. Predators killing things brutally, things that went wrong. There's blood, there's guts. You know that's what it is. It's not, I mean, even their pictures like blood and guts or whatever, right? But then people would go and then, how dare you, this is pathetic, why do you leave? If you don't want to look at the stuff, go away, just leave. But we have this need as a species to go and share our thoughts if it's negative and this. And after like 20 minutes, I'm like, no, I can't do this. There's negativity on the platform. And I was just on Instagram. I don't really do much Facebook anymore. But just the negativity and the comments, fuck. It's just one example for many years. I've mentioned this in the past. So I was running a workshop in Sabi Sabi, photography workshop. And at some stage on the trip, there's an elephant close by to the vehicle. So I take a selfie and I send it onto my family group, right? And I'm like, hey, check that. So my dad says, oh, you can't get big 5 selfies. So I'm like, bring it. So anyway, I got all the big 5. Even a leopard ran past the car and I got like a blurry image. But on the last day of the trip, just before I drive back to Johannesburg, we're parked on the road. It's a long, early morning, beautiful, Sabi sand, low felt morning. And there's these two male lions walking down a road, right? And we park just off. I'm sitting in the back corner, so my guests have front view. And the lions are going to walk right past me over here. So I'm like, here's my shot. I'm going to nail this big 5, take my dad's challenge and get it. So walked past, and as I'm like ready to get my shot, so I'm like ready, right? This lion looks up, I take a picture, I send it to the group. I'm like, yeah, here it is. And as we get to the lodge, I'm about to drive back to Johannesburg, I post that on my Facebook page at the time, it's a while back. And I'm like, cool, this is the story, great trip, this is one of my big 5 selfies, I'll tell you about it later. Thanks to all the guests, I'm leaving now. So I drive to Johannesburg. When I get back to Johannesburg and I open Facebook, there's a comment which is fucking this long, right? From a guy, his name was Adam, I can't remember his real name, don't care. And it starts off with, you are a horrible person, and then paragraphs and paragraphs of shit. So I'm like, wait, what? So I see where he's going with this. So I just write back, do you know what I do? Because he's blaming me of illegal lion hunting and I poaching this lion and all kinds of shit, right? So I just say, do you know what I do? And he comes back and he says, yes, I hate hunters. And then he gives me another fucking paragraph. And this goes for everything. Don't even talk about politics. You mentioned Biden or Trump or in South Africa, Julius, and people lose their fucking minds. You gotta bitch at something. You gotta be negative about something. I can't. I've tried. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna fucking let me get angry. I can't. It's sad though. It's so sad that if you watching Instagram and you see a bunch of kids, school kids, young men, 5 to 10 years old, doing pretty funky dances in Uganda in their township, and they're smiling and having fun, how fucked up must you be to go and leave negative comments on that? Ah, man. I'm very negative averse. I don't like it. I don't like people who are it. I don't like the vibes around it. And I think that's the one thing where over the last while I've stayed off this thing a lot. It's beautiful. It's golden. You can choose your levels of positivity. You're not bombarded by that negative shit all the time. Anyway, that's my story. Going to do a lot of admin now. Johan's coming over later. We're going to work on the US presentations. One more time. Boston from 10 to 15 of October. Chicago 15 to 22 October. New York 22 to 26 October. Johan will not be in Boston. He'll be in Atlanta over those same dates. So I think from 12 to 15 he's in Atlanta if you want to meet up. So, yeah. I am going to now work. Stay off Instagram and negativity. Let me show you something that'll hopefully leave your day on a positive note. Come, Louis. This is Louis. Hey, come on. There you go. Okay, enough. Have a good day, guys. Stay away from the negative shit. Don't engage. Right now, if people leave negative comments on my stuff, I literally just delete and block. Couldn't care. Don't need it. Neither do you. I'm going to go. Have a good day. Bye.